Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, a very interesting thing. I find it very interesting because I personally think it is timely. We're in a global pandemic. Young people are trying to find a balance. Others are battling different things. Some have lost their jobs, and just people are going through different battles altogether. And myself, I find myself in a moment where I needed this. So I thought I would be able to talk to my fellow young people, especially because they're the ones who watch my videos the most, to really send this positivity and send this message that I have for you. Because I think as young people, we can relate to one another. And so when I explain to you what exactly I think can be done in this situation, you would be able to listen. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, please do that now. And then we'll talk about other topics that would follow suit. Thank you so much for sticking to my videos and for coming back again. For those of you who are visiting for the first time, if you find this video worthy, please share as well and make sure to subscribe. So we'll be talking about protecting your energy, especially as a young person, because at this point you're trying to find a lot of different things. You're trying to find a niche. You're trying to know exactly what works for you, the right people to be around, and obviously just the things to do at the right time. And sometimes it's a lot of information that you're getting. You're looking into different things. It's overwhelming. Sometimes you feel tired, exhausted. I've been there myself. There were days that I felt down and I felt unmotivated, and I just needed something to keep on going. So I was able to look around me and realize that I needed to do away with certain things, forgo certain habits, learn and relearn other things, and that was able to help me in my process. And the first thing I did was to be open-minded about things. It's important that as a young person, especially as a young leader, you're looking at yourself as somebody who would possess, leadership qualities and somebody who is able to solve problems. Others will even come to you with their problems and you need to solve it for them or give them advice. I think it's important that you're open-minded about things and just look at things in a very positive light than be judgmental or see things in a negative light or think that there's a reason why people are talking to you in a certain way or feel like there's a reason why somebody did what they did. I think it's important that you are able to understand the need in whatever people say, identify the need, and just be open-minded about things they tell you. You would rather take things in a positive light than take them into a negative way that would further ruin your relationships with people. I'm not saying you have to put yourself in other people's shoes every time, but I think it's important that you understand or feel where they're coming from before being judgmental. I think that most times we find that very difficult. We are human beings, so we're people with feelings, we have emotions. So we want to take things as we rightly see them. But with time, I've also been there. But with time, I realized that there is a reason why people behave the way they do. There is a reason why people say the things they say. And so maybe there's a deeper meaning to everything they're projecting. So it's important that I'm able to take my time and see it from their own perspective, or just take back, slow down, and just trying to see what kind of positivity can we get out of this situation. And over time, it has been pretty much helpful in dealing with people, especially. My next point will be that do not be a pleasing person. If you're somebody who is an empath, you are empathetic, you want to be able to please people so much that you lose yourself in the process. I feel like myself personally, I know a lot of people, and sometimes I want to be there for everybody, and often it's not really working, right? You have to be able to know when to say yes to people. You have to know when exactly to be there for people, especially those who are not reciprocating that same energy. I think it's important that you set your boundaries. You know where you are headed with people. Identify their stance in your life and know exactly when you are able to dedicate time for them and when you are unable to fulfill certain needs. Because obviously you have yourself, you have other things that you embody, you have other things that you're doing. So you don't want to say yes all the time when you know you cannot be there. So you don't have to do things because you're looking at what the next person would say, but also try to find a balance and see whether exactly you yourself, this is something you're able to take on. because this is how your relationship with people eventually collapse, because you're trying to please them so much that you're not able to be sincere, you're not able to be truthful to yourself because you're afraid to speak your mind, you don't want to lose them. I think it is high time you stop pleasing people and speak when it's necessary. Tell them that you are unable to do certain things, and because of that they would be able to know that you're somebody with principles and that they cannot go about exploiting the opportunities that you're giving them or exploiting your kindness. That way you build a relationship that is built on mutual interest, and again built on respect. That is very important as a young person, that you're able to set that as soon as possible, because it really does tell how your relationship with people in the future eventually rolls out. So it's important that you don't be a people pleaser, but rather somebody who is principled and goes by his or her principles. I think that is very, very important. The other point I would like to talk about is choosing what you see on social media. I think we are in an era where everybody is just walked up. Everybody is just busy being on social media. We're looking for news. We're looking for new things. We're looking for lifestyle. We're following people. We're so eager to see what they're doing. What I like to do is do away with people who give me bad energy on social media, do away from people who make me feel less about myself. I do not want to follow people who are not adding onto anything onto me or giving me any kind of positive vibe. I do not want to follow blogs or gossip blogs that are not really giving me something that I can really add onto myself and grow or learn from. I also do not want to follow things that are not really, informative or clearly adding something substantial onto my profession or onto my personal growth. I think the reason why most times we find ourselves very anxious and depressed is because we're trying to compare so much, because we're following so many people who are pretty much not even in our level, or the people that are definitely not in the path that we're going through. So we tend to compare, and oftentimes we see ourselves going astray. So for me, I am very picky nowadays who I follow on social media, what I decide to see, what I choose to talk about, especially, really. Listen, it is not an obligation. You owe that to yourself to protect your sanity, to protect your peace of mind, and talk about things that can at least make you sleep at night when you go to bed. I've been telling my friends this lately. I have been so concerned about my sleep at night that I don't want to put myself into anything that would deprive me of that. I do a lot of things during the day. I talk to a lot of people. I'm trying to solve a lot of things. I have deadlines to meet. I do not want to be worked up about that, or making social media such a priority that anything or any issue that comes about, I want to talk about. Before, I think I was finding it difficult to really put that into context, but I think now at this point in my life, I am able to see if the issues that I give my attention to, I am able to look at the things that are worth of my time, and I am able to give that accordingly. So I think you should do that as well. If you're somebody who is pretty much walked up on social media, and you're so concerned about how you are seen on social media, you're so concerned about how you have to put yourself, because you have to behave in a certain way for people to like you. Anybody who cannot like you when you're being yourself cannot like you when you try to be another. So that is something that you have to realize as a young person and set straight. After I talk about setting your boundaries and knowing when to say no and yes, it's important that you choose your circle wisely. If need be, narrow your circle. When you realize you're getting to a point where people in your circle are not growing you, they are not giving you the positive vibe you need, they are not motivating you, they are not encouraging you, they're not critically criticizing you, all the time making you feel less about yourself, girl, do away. I've been very lucky that I'm not concerned about getting a lot of friends. I can know a lot of people, but I have a specific group of friends that I think anybody who knows me know. I am not very much walked up about that. I realize that by myself, that not everybody who is in your circle, or not everybody that wants to be in your circle, likes you for who you are. And not everybody can be genuinely happy for you, especially for the fact that you are young and you're doing what you can in your own right People just want to be in your space just so they know what is up with you and what you're doing. Sometimes they sit and talk about it. But then you have to be wise. You have to know exactly the right people to move with. The people who give you that positivity. The people who bring out the light in you. The people who genuinely are happy for you. The people who are not competing with you. They're not comparing their life to yours. They just want you to be you, and they love you for who you are. The people who will fight for you, the people who will be there for you, cry with you and laugh with you. I think it takes time to realize, but eventually you will need that to grow. When you want to reach to a certain height, you cannot bring everybody else with you. You can only take along few, and those few people often are the people who are most loyal to you, who are just genuinely happy for you, because they're the ones that can help you grow. They're the ones that can give you the advice you need, and they're the ones that can genuinely be there to support you. They don't get tired of being there for you. They don't get tired of celebrating your wins, and they're just genuinely happy for you. And I think over the years I've been able to learn that, and I've not been so much bothered about who wants to be in my circle or not, who wants to be a close friend or not, because I know definitely there are certain people that I can rely on, who definitely I know they might not really turn their back on me. So doesn't mean you don't have to be prepared, but I'm just saying that you have to safeguard your little circle. They tell a lot about who you are and what you're aiming for. Another thing I want to talk about is affirmations, good music, right? If you're somebody who is often down when people see you in a certain light, this is just generally anybody. Listen to affirmations, because you are good, you're worthy of something. And whether there are others that are seeing you in another light or expect so much from you that is becoming so much of a burden on you, remember that you are capable. You are here for a purpose, and that will definitely manifest if you're able to identify what that is and you invest your time and energy in that, rather than paying attention to who is saying what, how they are seeing you, who is achieving better, and rather invest in yourself and your craft, right? Listen to daily affirmations if you like. You want to make yourself feel that you are existing and that you are present, and that nothing can make you achieve less, because you're good and you're worthy. If you do that, you're listening to music that uplifts your soul. Trust me, girl, you are uplifted. You are elevated. You don't want to come down to any level that will make you feel that you are incapable. Listen to affirmations and cool music. As a matter of fact, the music you listen to really determines how your mood can turn out to be. I've been there. So listen to music that calms your soul, just makes you feel good about life and yourself. Music that motivates you. It is important that you set that positive boundary. Lastly, I want to talk about investing in your faith, taking care of your spiritual being, taking care of your mind, body, and soul. Eat good food. Take some rest when they need be. Listen to good music, like I said earlier. But your faith is important. Every day before I go to bed, I make sure I pray to God to guide me through the night and do away with anything that would harm me in the morning. It is important that you are inclined. This will help cleanse your soul. This will help set the tone for the next day. It is important that you have God in your life. Whatever you believe in, make sure that you worship that if you want. But it's important that your faith, you're nurturing your faith, and you're believing in God, and that He can set the tone for you for the next day. You have to take care of yourself. Look at me when I'm coming on TV. I have to look good. When I'm going out with the girls, I like to be my best. Sometimes I just want to feel myself. It makes you feel good. Eat good food. Drink a lot of water. Eat healthy. Guys, I hope this can work for you. I know it is a process. It is not easy. We all get there sometimes. But I hope these little steps that I'm able to share with you as a young person, I'm just 22, still trying to figure it out, but these things have been working out for me. I hope you can learn from them. And if you find this useful, please share, comment in the section and tell me what you want me to talk about next. Also like the video, it helps a lot in people seeing this video and just sharing the light. And make sure, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to talk about more things about being a young person, how to make it, and all those other things. Because as a young person, I am there and I'm living it. And I'm pretty sure we can talk about a lot of things together. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Fatou Muloshi, and this is my channel.